Oh, I was trying to do a poll.
Well,
I haven't done a poll in a while. I'm just
what
curious.
is the poll?
It's summertime. Are you paying attention to your indoor tanks? Less so, more so, or same as usual? More than usual. Very interesting poll. Same as usual. Less than usual. What will I do with this data? I'll just go.
Or okay. All my fish are outside. That's the fourth option.
Well, then your indoor tanks are getting no attention. Ted.
Yeah. Okay, but that's way less than less.
Yeah, I don't want a fourth option. Three is a perfect number, and there it goes. There goes the poll. I almost clicked end poll just now. I should pay attention to that. Okay, hello, people. Happy Friday.
Hi. Am I a vampire? No, I am just very pale, and my lighting is being weird. Nothing changed. It's just weird, and you get to see beyond the facade and see that I am.
Yeah.
I have no melanin.
Your mic is crackling a little bit again. Oh. When's the last time you rebooted that piece of shit laptop that I bought you?
I don't know. But I'm here to bring the quality of the stream down. That's my purpose.
Well, yeah, it's a little crackly. So
would you like me to reboot and leave you all alone?
I think that would be for the best, because the little boop boop noise, unless I know there's no solution for it, it's going to drive me crazy.
Okay. Bye. Maybe I'll come back. We'll see.
Please come back. Waiting for you to leave. All right, now we can talk some real shit about her. Oh, no. Okay. Cool. By myself. Branton said, if I had $1 for every time Steven had to remind Jenna to restart her laptop, you would be quite rich. Actually, it's been a while, because usually she does restart it, but she didn't this time. I don't know. It's not a great laptop. It used to, no. It was cheap. It was a cheap laptop, and it served her purpose until, we started to use OBS and fancy mics and green screen crap like that. So, maybe she should use something else. Or I could just build her a desktop system, which would probably be better. Yeah, I agree, Geek. Jenna really needs to find better tech support. Sure, even there you can find some. Yep. I think if I just built her a basic system, probably would cost less than the laptop. I think she would have fewer to no problems. I can't remember the last time I had to reboot this computer. I had to upgrade the CPU, but it was an old CPU. I know, full screen. I don't like it. I feel so exposed and vulnerable, and it's not cool. Don't like it. And I know that this laptop takes forever to reboot, because it's old. It's not even old. No, what's wrong with it? It's just slow. It's just bad. It's a bad laptop. Bad decision I made. Jenna, have you considered stealing all of Steven's Chihiro's lights for lighting you in the stream? Oh my god, though, like, if we use Chihiro's, any redness on our skin would be amplified. Like, everything would just be extra red. If we were like a little jaundiced, that wouldn't look great either. If we had like some green for whatever godforsaken reason, yeah, that wouldn't look good either. Yeah, that's simply for illuminating plants and fish to make them look like they've been photoshopped. Then Jenna's going to do that. But yes, if you're going to go to the Clash and you want to contribute in some way and not just be a burden on the whole event, then sign up for volunteer work. Go to the forum. It's very overwhelming. There's a lot of choices, and it's not a fun form to fill out. And I'm not selling it very well, but I think you can go and just click some things or just put in the notes like, hey, I am a warm body who will be there and I'm willing to help, but I don't want to block off single hours at a time and give you a list of all my skills and make these decisions ahead of time. Or maybe that's just me. Doesn't want to do that because I really don't. I like to show up and say, hey, how can I help? I know, Devi. I do. I like to show up and say, hey, how can I help? Myself again. No. I do.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I crackly?
No.
Also, my weird lighting issue. I mean, I'm still pale, but you can't really change anything about that.
Look at that. I don't have to buy you new equipment. Good.
No, I didn't have a lot of time to set up. I actually had to go into the office today, and I didn't get back home until like 2 p.m. and then had more work to get done.
You are beautiful. Even bad lighting.
Okay.
Stealing Devi's compliment. Making it my own.
Okay.
I know you like public compliments.
I mean, exactly I just don't believe compliments.
Uh-huh.
But yes, volunteer form.
Yeah, you can sell it better. I set you up for it.
Okay. So the volunteer form for the Keystone Clash was released yesterday, I believe, or Wednesday. If you are going to the Clash, please fill out the volunteer form. I am the volunteer coordinator this year. The event runs completely on volunteers, and we need a lot of help to get everything set up and broken down. Less help during the event, some help in the middle. But it would really help to know that areas are covered. Not everything is physical labor. A lot of it is in a group, so you can still hang out with people and have fun. We had like kind of a goodie bag building party. It wasn't so bad. You were there.
Yeah, I think Todd really enjoyed that too.
Yeah. But I know the form, it's very specific and overwhelming. Christopher Junkin today filled out the form, and he didn't select everything. He selected some things, mostly his time availability. And then in the comment section put that I can contact him and he'll help wherever is needed. So even if all you can do is in the comment section tell me, I will do whatever you need when I'm there. I promise I want people to enjoy the event. I'm not going to schedule you beginning of the day to end of the day every day to volunteer. Ideally, we want to have a bunch of people just doing a little bit of work. Also,
that makes sense.
If you don't want to fill out the form, but you want to let me know, please email info@keystoneclash.com. That is me. It will come to me, and I will have a paper trail and one place to look other than the form. So, and that's the email that's on the Clash website. Like if you go anywhere on the Clash, it says info@keystoneclash.com. That comes to me so that I can answer anything that's not too complicated.
So Jenna volunteered to give volunteers, and she'll volunteer to supervise the volunteers' volunteer work.
Someone want to make an exhibit meme?
But yeah, I mean that form, I think I was the first person to fill it out just to test it, and basically I was going to respond in the most vague way to just break your form, just to kind of show that, hey, this is how. Now, like, put yourself in the shoes of someone who doesn't typically fill out forms and doesn't provide complete information. But it's a very thorough form, and it's a lot. It's
yeah, and I understand.
It's like you have to plan your day at the Clash, which I don't like to do. I don't like planning any day because I'm just going to disappoint myself.
But I mean, I do have to have a concrete plan of certain areas so that I can tell, like, the fish show people, here's who's going to help. Let me make sure they show up. And if you don't want to do any physical labor, that's also fine. Like, you can help us with goodie bags or work the registration table or take some pictures. We need lots of pictures. That's not even probably an hour's worth of work, but you could get a lot of pictures doing the stuff that you're already doing. Going in to see a speaker, take some pictures. Looking at the fish show, take some pictures. Like, some of it is very easy and would still be incredibly helpful to us.
Yeah, take pictures and share them. I do. I mean, I do the same thing. Just it's video mostly that I take, and that's just for me, for my video, because selfish.
Yeah. And Zen, I would still like you to email me the hours at least that you think you'd be available. That way, whenever I'm sorting through stuff, I don't have to ask you a bunch of times, what day are you coming in? When are you going to be busy with the Foxland wedding? I'll just have it. And I don't have to bug you until I ask you, can you help here?
Yeah, nobody knows.
But I do appreciate it.
And I don't want to sign up for, like, I will be available from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then, like, some cool people are going to dinner and then they ask me to go. And then I'm like, crap. I have to go guard the stupid whatever hospitality room or something and just drink heavily or whatever is required for that position.
Some of them are gonna be like significantly easier. Like, the hospitality room this year is open to everyone, so we don't need someone like checking a badge at the door, policing the hospitality room. It's just kind of like be in there and I guess make sure people aren't like dumping food and drink on the floor, alerting Scotty to that.
Like, just walking in and it's like, hey.
Yeah. Well,
blatantly.
There was somebody who dumped a beer on someone's head a few years ago.
Oh, yeah. Well,
and so that's not really.
Some people can't hold their liquor. Kelly's just boarded the plane. She'll have like a 22-minute layover or something like that. That's fun. Good luck. Maybe one of them golf cart, like or whatever they are, like the airport golf carts.
Is her layover in Denver though? That's like the largest airport or one of the largest airports. Like, it depends on where her connection.
Yeah, you pretty much
which terminal.
You got to take a flight to get to the right terminal in the Denver airport. It's sprawling. It's a big airport. But I'm going to go look at the participants list because we've had a lot of participants already come in, 39 participants. So if you want to have your name read now, go ahead and participate.
15 participants. Well, 15 watchers aren't participating.
Well, damn. No, we got 40.
Don't be scared. Welcome.
Don't be scared. What's that from? Oh.
Is it South Park?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Is it inappropriate for Annette's children to hear?
It's South Park. Oh wait, Annette's children are listening. It's the Queef episode of South Park, kids.
No,
kids.
She was sent to go get food.
Kids. Enjoy your dinner, children. All right. Hello to the Zen Ginger, who you pointed out, you in chat, that Zen was here all by herself, partying like a rock star in a hotel room. She shows up early to get the emojis in. So, Zen Ginger, you Shudaisy, Redneck Aquatic Stan Pittman, Monster Fish Gal, Benjamin Peters, Dee Dee's Fin Den, Uncle Smiley's Aquariums, Nick at Hardwater Propagation, Liquid Zoo Only Fins, Fish Tank Barn, Fuzzy KR, Dennis Christensen, Gills to Gardens, Linda Worth, Kara C, Coro Works, Merrick T, Brookley Bell, David's Aquatics, Scuba Steve-O's Aquatics, Big Cat, Toonie Loon, Mountain Greenery, Geek Boy, Bear Bottom Brenton, CR Fish, Cheryl Smith, Boots Cats, Jenna P 2005, Oink Master, Supreme Forever, Oinky, Mexicali Fish Keeper, Cecil, Mayberry, Sleeper Barbecue Grills to Gills, Fishfam, Link, Tracy Ballard, George RB3, Garage Gills, Price Tag Joe, Jamers, Kelly Foreman, Love to Trip on Fish, AKRJ, Mystery Snail Gardens, Just One More Fish, Foxy's Fishes, Jonathan G. There we go.
Also, another little quip, because Just One More Fish came in and it reminded me, if you're vending at the Clash and you help set up, you will be literally one of the first vendors to know that the vendor room is ready. You start setting up your table and have more free time. Because, I mean, it says vendor hours or whenever to set up, but that's just to give us plenty of time. But like, if you help and it's ready early, there's no reason why vendors can't go in there. And if you're already there, ta-da. I don't know.
So, as a counterpoint to that, could you also show up early, pull up a chair, and watch other people work and still also know when the vendor room is ready?
Not if you're Jesse with Just One More Fish. Maybe if you're someone who doesn't watch streams and would not hear this idea, then you could. But not anyone who's here and listening.
Hi, my wife is gorgeous. Are you the wife? Did you set that up on your husband's account or wife's account or something? Okay, you would like me to explain? I will. Definitely. For those listening, Annette says I need to explain queefing to her children now, and I don't think it's a good idea, but she insists. So.
Oh, and you'll be explaining it after the stream, after you've had some scotch.
I'll drink additional scotch. Just helps me be more truthful, I guess, right? What if you're here and not really listening? Then I would say you're part of, I don't know, 45% of people in a stream chat.
Are there room sales at the Clash? Just curious. There are not room sales at the Clash.
But can there be? I don't think it's specifically prohibited. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's just not what people do.
I don't think the hotel will allow them to advertise.
Yeah, there's
no way. But I mean, like, no one can stop you from networking. Or
yeah, you could put a flyer on your buddies who paid for a booth. You could put. There's a lot of ways. I mean, it depends on how openly you want to advertise your room number, but I think if you have some very specific things that people are looking for, they're going to find you.
Like, I know, I think the year that Vibes came, he brought Frontosa for someone. Like, they arranged that deal ahead of time, and he brought it, and that exchange happened. Other people, I think, too, have made deals to, like, I know you have this fish and you're coming, I'd like to buy it. And a lot of the vendors too, like, make posts on the Clash, Keystone Clash group. Not the one that just says Keystone Clash, but there's a Facebook group that's like the Keystone Clash group. And sometimes vendors will post what they have for pre-order so that you don't have to guess, or they don't have to bring their entire inventory. So yeah, where is the Clash happening? Of course I can't make it. It is in Morgantown, Pennsylvania, September 26th through 28th. About an hour from Philadelphia.
Just in case you can make it.
Yeah.
So I would say if you want to set up a room sales, it's kind of unprecedented, and you might be the only one doing it, and you might get a lot of traffic. Like if you could get an adjacent room, I think people have done that. Like they literally set up shop in another
They've
room.
done that at other events. I don't know that anyone has done it at the Clash. I would say we
literally
shouldn't promote that.
I kind of want to promote it. I mean, it's a lot of work, and you're also taking money away from the club for doing that. But like, there's nothing stopping you.
I mean, I would say the official suggestion is probably put your fish in the auction if you don't want a booth.
Yeah, that benefits the club
because that will benefit the clubs, and also it can benefit you if you bring some good stuff. People, that's an all-day auction, and a lot of people stay the whole day. Like, they want to buy fish.
Yeah, those are some crazy people. Crazy people we have here in this very chat who stay there the whole day.
Yeah.
I can be there at the start if I wake up, and then I can show up randomly in the middle of it, do maybe an hour tops, and impulse purchase some stuff and then leave. But it's a lot.
Would you like to explain queefing to Devi?
Y'all got Google. Our Benjamin said,
"Is it because you don't know?"
No, I've seen South Park. I know everything there is to know about it. But Benjamin says the best way to have uncomfortable talks with your kids is to hand them a book and walk away, or a tablet with the open internet with no restrictions. Oinky says, back in 1997, who would have thought South Park would be considered an educational show? One of the first episodes confirmed that the cows were the chosen to speak to the aliens. Cartman's asked Satellite. Yep. It's come a long way. I was 11, 12 years old when it came out, and I feel like the humor has evolved with me. It knows me.
Do you
Welcome
think
in Barbara Jackson, Mandarin Gobi, and Fishcapades?
Do you think 11-year-old Steven would find the newer episodes funny?
In a different way.
And do you think 40-year-old Steven, if season 1 was released and it was the same plots, that you would find it funny?
It would take me 5 years to find the show and actually muster the will to watch it, and I'd have to be harassed by multiple people to tell me that it's good and that I need to watch it. And so I'd have really high expectations, and maybe I wouldn't like it because it would never meet my expectations. Yeah, I know. I don't like that, Zen.
Welcome in, Mel.
A lot of anxiety and dread comes along with turning 40. Didn't expect that. But,
Well, don't worry. I'm only 2 years away from joining you.
Yep. It's going to be fun.
You should take the Matt approach, and when you meet people, just say like, "Hey, we're the same age, right?" Jody told
for those who didn't know, Matt Liquid Zoo, he's a real person, and he met another real person. Jody has the honor of being the first human in Fishfam to meet Matt. Wait until I'm over 50. See, my anxiety right now is not even thinking about 50. It's the idea that 50 may not happen. That's kind of the way that anxiety is going. Welcome in, Fathom Aquatics.
No, you have to see the kids grow up, and you have to live a full life.
Yep.
For me, at least.
I understand that that's a requirement, and sometimes I disappoint. Samantha and Gobi would like to know, can I take out my aquarium filter because I have Amazon Frogbit, Anubias, and Java Fern, Pothos, and Crypts in my 5-gallon. Well, the question is there a reason that you would want to? Like, maybe you could get away with it, or maybe it's kind of on a razor's edge thing where like your dissolved oxygen level is going to plummet at night just a little bit too much. Maybe as the plant mass increases, it gets a little bit worse each time. So like a 5-gallon full of plants and and with a little bit of surface agitation, great setup. So I, at the very least, keep like Scuba Steve said, keep the surface agitation. But I don't see the reason to run filterless other than to like say, hey, I run filterless. Like it's just, there's a lot of very, very basic ways to filter the tank and just keep that water moving. Like, so that's what I would do, regardless of plants. Like, I don't consider plants as a substitute for water changes. Maybe they can prolong them in certain tanks, but there's a lot more stuff that builds up besides nitrates that will inhibit your dissolved oxygen levels. It's not that hard, not that easy to measure. And so it's like, you don't know exactly what the point is. So that's why you keep a schedule, like a routine.
And Scuba Steve says, or a sponge filter or air stone. Now, if the goal is to eliminate like the space that a filter takes up so that you have room for plants, they do have like very small, like mini hang on the back filters that barely take up any space inside the tank. And they even have like nano canister filters now, right?
Yeah, I don't do that though. That's nano canister filters are for when you're doing a high-end aquatic garden setup with CO2 injection and that kind of stuff where the aesthetics are important.
What if he wants a nano canister filter and lily pipes for his 5-gallon?
That's not an uncommon thing. It's just if you've got frog bit and Anubias and Java Fern, it's probably not the purpose of that tank to do something like that.
Then it's a hero slight for his Java Fern and frog bit.
You know what? That would be some fine looking Java Fern and frog bit. Under that, Shahiros. Welcome in Aquatic Moose, Nano Aquarium Guy, and Bob Purcell. Was it Bob? Yeah, I was reading Bentley's Discord. Bob Purcell. I saw that you lost a Congo spotted puffer in the last week, and samesies, dude.
Yeah.
I had Saturday night, the night of my birthday. I went in the fish room at 2 a.m. to do water changes and saw one of my 3 spotted Congo puffers on the floor. My largest one, the one that I got over 2 years ago, had jumped, over 2 years in that lidless tank. I mean, I guess most, or if not all fish kind of have the capacity to jump, but you kind of get complacent after 2 years of like, no drama. The tetras haven't jumped, coolies haven't jumped, even the freaking Siamese algae eaters. But yeah, God, it sucks because like she was still alive and she was moving and just not well. It's a 6-foot drop. It's high up tank.
Yeah.
6-foot drop. I monitored her, lost sleep that night, monitor most of that night, and she just didn't make it. We've had some pretty significant losses over the years, and this is in that top 5. I think sucks.
And you do still have the other 2 puffers, and they're getting along. You're going to make a lid for the tank, or like at least a covering, right? There's a temporary thing over it right now. Most
the
of
egg
it.
crate light diffusing thing. I'm gonna cut in some of that. Because I don't like closed lids, just because I like to do the easy feeding when I'm in the fish room. So the one-handed easy feeding. Let's see. Welcome in, Jeff and Moose. I was thinking the same thing. Foul play. I would question the other 2 puffers. So that's like mostly so I put her in a breeding net in the same tank just to watch and see how the other puffers reacted. Like, would they see her and then kind of move in to finish the job? But no, they were, business as usual, acting like their normal selves. They see me and they're just like, hey, food god, give us food.
Yeah.
And I know that one of them is male and has latched on to that large one's belly before for breeding. So I think the dynamic was pretty normal in there, but maybe something happened. Obviously, something happened in the middle of the night that I'll never know.
And I mean, it had to have been relatively shortly before you got there for her to still be alive and to not be puffed up. Like, she wasn't puffed.
Yeah. I honestly, I think if she hadn't have fallen 6 feet, she probably would have had a much better chance of making it. She wasn't totally dried out. I thought she was dead whenever I picked her up, but I put her in a specimen container and she started like twitching, swimming around. And, eventually though, like, as the hours went on, the movement was less and less. So yeah, sucks.
But I mean, everyone has fish losses, and I think everyone can understand.
Yeah, everyone has fish losses that they're kind of their fault. Just like in this case, lids are sort of a standard, like, hey, you should put a lid on your tank if you value the fish that are in them. And I've lost a guppy to a jumper, and as heartless as it is, but this is the first significant loss I've experienced from a jumper. And it like Scuba said, that's why he hates rimless tanks. This was a rimless tank. Most of my other lidless tanks are not rimless, so maybe there's a difference there, because they can kind of like get that running start and glide off the glass. Yeah, and bettas, I wouldn't put a betta in a lidless tank, because I know that they are prone to jumping. Same with rainbows. Like, I've seen rainbows jump while I'm trying to do a water change, so they're freaking idiots.
I mean, we've had one jump out of the tank while you were mid water change, like land on the floor and have to pick it up and put it back in.
Yeah. Can I put a betta fish or a pair of killifish in the filterless with only that fish in that 5-gallon tank? So if it's are you relying on the frog bit as your lid? Because I think, I don't know about betta fish, but I think killifish will find a way through the frog bit and get out of there. So yeah, on the subject of lids, that's definitely one that you would want to have a lid on. And like, whether you can put any fish in a filterless tank has a lot to do with the cleanliness of the water. Like, how often are you doing water changes would be the biggest factor there. But me and betta fish with no surface agitation, that would be an okay pick for that. But I don't know. I'm not one of those, like, where I make filterless, no water changes, let quote unquote nature do its thing type of person. I would prefer to just have the basics that kind of cover what nature usually does, but in a more controlled environment. That's just the way I do things. So I can't tell you, like, I've never pushed the limits of that to tell you what works and what doesn't. Welcome in, Christopher Junkin.
He wants to know if you like bourbon or just scotch.
I like both. Bourbon and scotch, and Tennessee whiskey's good too. Whiskey. Yeah. But this is scotch currently.
Yeah. It is what, Macallan 12?
Yeah. One of my favorites. Where am I? Yeah. Rimless tanks encourage you to not have lids for aesthetical purposes, right? Yep. And it definitely hurts a little more to lose the water puppies.
Yeah.
Especially because been through, like that puffer was shy for over a year. I got the 2 others, and suddenly she kind of came out of her shell, and that was, a happy moment. I even made a whole video about it. And then Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, Barbara said she almost lost a whole guppy tank if she hadn't gone in. They would have all been gone. She did a large water change and they were fine. But if she had been in there even probably a few hours later, probably not. Ice or no ice? You drink it on ice usually.
Yeah, usually
if you
ice.
have ice.
Yeah. Have I been watching Love Island? What? What? Well, I don't even know what that is. Is that? It sounds like a reality show, and that's a definite no.
It absolutely is a reality show.
Christopher was just gifted a bottle of Jefferson's Voyage 31. Never heard of that. I'm not like super well versed on the Scotch. I'm just you find an alcohol that you like, and and then you stick with it. You know, you really stay the course. Hey, welcome in, Corey. Been a while. It says I need the stream to start later. I've been missing it with daylight being longer. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Pacific Northwest. Yeah. It's daylight until like midnight over there.
Yeah. It's just the sun doesn't go down.
Yeah. Well, you've missed well, I don't know. Have you missed anything? Yeah.
Maybe.
Does anyone know why some chats have the @tag and others have the stream name? What do we have? Out in Aquarium Adventure stream today, there was the @tags, and that was the first time I had noticed they had made that change. And we do not have the @tags. That's probably one of those things where they start with the larger channels.
Like whenever I look at like people who comment on your video, if I look at the phone, it's always the @tags. And like some people, like if it's like @the Zen Ginger, that's fine. But some people it's like @246 Smithy. And it's like, who is that? I don't know.
You don't know Smithy? Come on. Yeah.
Like, is this just a person who watches your video or someone I know?
It's old Smithy. Prolific commenter. Always has very insightful things to say. Welcome in Vibes and Big Steve and Reign of Zippy. That's true. How do you gain XP in the chat? By typing words and hitting enter and hoping
that was a hard T. Hitting enter.
Hitting.
You really enunciated that one.
I don't know why I did, but thanks for pointing that out. Have you tried those mesh lids on rimless tanks for aesthetical purposes? So I have the egg crate, the light diffuser, the white grid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That allows me to just toss some food in there and not have to lift the lid. Because I don't know, I don't like lids. I put them on when necessary. Now, obviously, you know, hard lesson learned with the puffer. Hard lesson.
Welcome in, Dr. Ted.
Different name under Dr. Ted? He's just Dr. Ted.
I don't know. It could also be an impersonator.
Prove your authenticity, Ted.
Tell us what the varmint of New Jersey is.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So Corey was asking, is the XP per stream, or is this like a thing I can level up over time? It seems to be per stream. You get 25 XP every chat, and then you can get up to 75 in the first hour, and then you can get more after that.
In other words, it's completely worthless and it means nothing. And maybe YouTube will do something useful with it, or maybe, fingers crossed, it'll go away.
It's also kind of arbitrary who is in first, second, or third. Like, I think it's supposed to be whoever has talked the most. And I see Zen has number 1, and she probably has talked the most. But sometimes people are chatting a lot, and then someone brand new comes in, and it's like, yeah, this person who said hi to 4 people is now number 1. So I don't know. And also, like, it said that like super chat to increase your XP or something when it first came out, and people tested it and it did nothing. So
Yeah.
don't waste your super chats trying to get XP. It doesn't help. Just wherever you are, don't waste your super chats on that. Super chat if you want to support the channels, but not
Do
for
we
that.
know Reign of Zippy? That's a new name, I believe. So welcome in. And then the Great Ocean Disaster Aquariums and Aquatic News Network in Peplin Creek have arrived. And Peplin's been a member for 42 months. Thank you, Peplin.
Which skill would you upgrade if you could upgrade skills with XP?
No. Okay, my decision-making skills, because I obviously I got nothing. I would be frozen. I would hoard the XP until I encountered something that required me to level up that skill in that moment, and then I would permanently put all the XP into that part of the skill, and maybe I'll never need it again.
What do I make for supper?
What do you make?
Lots of things. Yeah, today it was tacos. We had tacos. Yesterday it was breakfast for dinner. The day before, I picked up Subway because I took Lillian and her friends out to a movie. What else did we have? I made chicken pot pies. I made pork chops, like just stuff.
You made steak and potatoes for my birthday last Saturday.
Steak, potatoes, and Brussels sprouts for your birthday.
We're not shipping any of that to you because I need my leftovers for lunch. Mesh lid was a good idea for the archers. Flies would land and they can actually shoot them down into the tank. Yeah, see, that's the other cool thing is you got something that interacts with the outside with above the water line, but also is known to jump. You kind of get the best of both worlds there, I guess. Is Subway cheaper there? Here it's crazy price. I think they advertise a deal that is 3 foot longs for $27. You got me something called Mr. Beast.
No, the Beast.
The Beast.
I did not get you like sliced up YouTuber. I'm trying to think. Your sandwich and Zachary's sandwich, I think it was like $20. Usually if I get like Subway for the whole family, it's like in the $40 range, which isn't bad for Subway. And that seems to be that like almost any fast food place that we go, we're gonna spend $40 unless it's Cane's, and then we're gonna spend $50 because Cane's is the most expensive.
So you've been when we order out, you've been procuring the food for a long time. Relatively, other than the crap that I order online, I'm pretty unaware of inflation. But then, like, we were out, and I think we were going to order Burger King, and I got on the app, and I'm like, what? Last time I looked at the price of a Whopper, it was like $2. So I'm just...
And now it's $8 for just the sandwich.
Yeah. Like, what are these fancy restaurant prices for Burger King? Yeah. Like, Taco Bell is outrageous now. I have no connection to the economy anymore. Just hoping I don't get fired, so the money keeps being deposited in the account, and we live below our means. Okay, yeah. So Dr. Ted he has proven his authenticity and his realness. And any other question, but Reign of Zippy, if I put a sponge filter without running in a tank, will it still accumulate bacteria and all the good stuff that shrimp like to eat? I mean, it's not going to accumulate the nitrifying bacteria that you want necessarily, because for that to occur, it has to have a constant influx of oxygen, because literally what those bacteria are doing is oxidizing ammonia and nitrite. So they need oxygen to live and metabolize their food. So you're going to get a buildup of stuff that I'm sure shrimp would want to eat on. So my question is like, why wouldn't you just put a air pump, a little mini air pump on it and get that surface agitation going?
I don't know if you saw Peplin's member milestone.
Oh shit, you're super behind.
Well, I am going in order so we don't miss things.
Well, that's good. I'm not.
Okay. And then I'm also glancing at the YouTube chat in real time in case something pressing comes up. Okay. What about this? Did you put out a time-lapse video?
My time-lapse video came out.
Can you put out a time-lapse short or something?
No. I've been taking time-lapse videos.
And you only told Lance?
No. I don't think I told anyone.
I mean, I knew that you were taking.
I'm suspicious now. Yeah, I've been working on the video, and time-lapse is part of it. And yeah, I think the last time-lapse video I published was many years ago. I don't know, like 4 years ago, when there was the Sarah Onip tabs where they changed it up to be shitty. And then at some point they started phasing in a different version of it. And I noticed that it changed. And so I was like, here's a time lapse of it not falling apart.
Yeah.
So that was like the last
Lance's next question will be like, have you tried that new Dove's Men Care body soap yet?
I hope not.
Yes, there will be food trucks at the Keystone Clash. And there is a funnel cake food truck. There is an Asian fusion truck, a stir fry truck, Philly cheesesteak, just hot dogs and burgers, and a coffee. Yeah.
But Friday night
breakfast truck.
Pizza has already been paid for, or will be paid for.
Well, yeah, the food trucks will only be like breakfast and lunchtime. And only on Friday and Saturday. There will be a food cart Sunday right outside the auction room provided by the hotel. I believe that speakers, because Corey is a speaker, that they should have, like, the breakfast at the hotel is not free, like you have to pay, but I believe that speakers get their breakfast provided as part of their speaker fee.
One hot pocket per day. Make it last.
Does Scotty know what a hot pocket is?
You can substitute an Uncrustable.
But yeah, there will be pizza for the wedding on Friday, and there is a hotel restaurant. I mean, not Friday. The wedding is on Friday. Yeah, I said that right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now remember, there's also an Amish buffet about 20 minutes from there.
Yeah, the largest buffet in the country.
Mm-hmm. Welcome in, Rocky and Miles. Gamma Gaming, a stream at your time. Yeah, welcome. We've been doing this for, I don't know. I think we've been streaming in this spot for a couple of years. So join us on Friday. Wait, he is in India, I believe. So I think India is about 9.5 hours ahead. So do the math there for me, because I don't want to. Welcome in, Renee and Alishon. And Stan, yes, smash the like.
Also, you asked if I'm the organizer for the Clash. No, I am on the committee, though, so I'm trying to do my best to promote it. And I'm also a member of the club, ACLC, which, fun fact, you do not have to live in Lancaster County to be a member of that club. You can live anywhere if you want to support the club.
Okay. A lid for Nearite snails. So I remember when we had Zachary's tank set up and I had a couple of Nearites in there. Mm-hmm. His had a lid, and even still, I'd walk into his room and the Nearite would have found its way up the hang on the back and would be on top of the aqua clear. So probably you want a lid. I don't know if that's going to stop them. Also, it's a snail. So Yeah, I don't know. If I were a subway foot long, discuss amongst yourself. Does that club have a breeder award program?
They do. There is a
Which
breeder
one?
award program.
Both of them?
Yeah, I would imagine so. So
You
it's
heard me.
is the Aquarium Club of Lancaster County and Cichlid Club of York. And I mean, I'm not a member of the Cichlid Club of York, but it's also not just cichlids. So don't be turned off by them choosing that fish.
Why would they do that? Why would any club form based on one type of fish?
I don't know. Ask the AKA.
Well, I mean,
or ANGFA.
but they're national. And
Did you
so
answer
if
that question?
they're not in the Achilles, they just go away and to another club. Like, screw y'all. I'm leaving my basement and I'm going to join the ALA or something. Then they burst into flames. For a monoshrimp and nearite snails, do you need a lid for those invertebrates? Yeah, I mean, nearite snails, yeah. Like I
don't
said,
think I've ever seen an amano climb. We have.
They will though. It's just
a climb on your hand if you put it in there. You ever had one?
I here's my bad advice for those sort of invertebrates. If that's literally in a well-stocked community tank full of awesome fish that don't like to leave the tank, if that's the one thing that may possibly leave the tank, I'm not getting a lid for that. But that's just me. Fuzzy KR, I've seemed to remember saying that narrowleaf Java fern behaves better in low-tech tanks than regular Java fern. Do you know if this is true? I don't know. I have all the kinds of Java fern. The only one that I know sucks all the time is the trident. Like, you better put that in CO2 and for God's sake, give it everything that it wants and anticipate what it wants. And maybe what it wants is to just die. Who's to say?
I'll see this one now. Thank you, Benjamin.
How long ago was that? Benjamin?
9:17. So 8 minutes ago. It's not that bad.
Welcome in, Cat House and Mary Oliver. And Nancy B is late. Where the hell were you?
Debating on if she wanted to come or not. And with the welcome you gave her, maybe she wants to leave.
Well,
yeah.
She knows.
Isn't there an Amish place for breakfast at the Clash? Yes, it's called Shady Maple. It's like 20 minutes away, and
it's got mixed reviews.
It is the largest buffet, and they are open for breakfast, and then they put out separate food at lunchtime. So you could go multiple times. And yes, Annette, I see you right away.
Of course.
Smash the
Yeah. Wait. Where? Oh, Ohio Cichlid Association is pretty big. Most fish-specific clubs are kind of small.
I'm sorry, Cat House. I was cooking yesterday, and I was...
Oh, you've been on a rampage lately.
So I was cooking, and I dripped water as I was like moving food over, and I accidentally timed out some like person named Eugene or something for like 30 seconds. Not so bad. And then I was like, oh no, let me get out of here before I time someone else out. And my phone started glitching and randomly clicking things, and it was going to other channels. And I'm like, nope, I'm putting it to the side.
Freaking capacitive touch. Yeah. I've done some wacky things just getting out of the shower and dripping on the phone too. Yeah, you timed out Bougie, right, the other day?
Yeah.
For like half an hour too.
Who do I like better, Matt or Annette? I like Steven best.
Good answer. Why is Jenna always dripping?
I mean,
usually
I
have wet
have
hands.
I have to take showers and bathe, and I have to wash my hands when I'm like handling raw eggs and stuff. Why is water capacitive touch? That's the real question.
Because we got ions in our water, yo. If you had dripped some RO on there, I think it would have been fine. Avoid the windmill. Yeah. Haven't been there. I've heard enough about it that I think I'll avoid it. So why can't we get the nice compact Trident and Java fern that Europeans put at the base of their branch hardscape? All the Trident for sale in the U.S. is really tall and leggy. That's a question for someone who has experience ordering plants by the, I don't know, hundreds. I don't know, Corey. Why can't we get nice compact Java fern Trident?
Did you say hi to Mary Oliver?
I did, but you didn't.
Okay.
We also said hi to Nancy B, even though she was late, and then Jose Davila has come in, which we just saw. I learned to keep Neurite snails not climbing out of your tank is just keeping them in brackish water. Yeah, that's even more work than a lid.
He said, got it. Don't get Trident Java fern for my first tanks.
Nah. Cichlid hobbyists tend to be very specialized in like tank busters too, says Ted. So the York Club was formed 20 years ago when cichlids dominated the hobby. Now it's shrimp and snails, which still astounds me. Well, it's, cyclical, maybe it has to do with budget, space. I don't know. Like when I was younger, I was really fascinated with the big fish, like especially Oscars and stuff. You go to the fish store and see like little tiny Oscars swimming around, and then see videos of them getting like over a foot long, and like that would be really fun to have. But now when I see a large tank, like a 75, 100, 200 gallon tank, I just think about all the plants I can put in there and the thousands of dollars that I could spend on tiny fish swimming in large schools all over the place. Like to me, that's super fun to think about.
Also, Jeff Kane asked, who's my favorite mod? I'm not going to answer that, but on this stream, my favorite mod is still Steven because you can mod.
I'm not gonna though.
But you could technically. And then my second answer is Myrtle. Fight me if you have a different answer.
Yeah.
So what was my honest opinion of 28 years later?
Yeah, tell us about this pornographic movie that you brought our daughter and her friends to.
And her 2 13-year-old friends. Yeah. With all the intensity of the previous nearly 2 hours, did you say WTF with the last 5 minutes of the movie? I thought the movie was kind of slow. I thought the pacing was slow. I talked to Lillian and she kind of agreed with me on this point that there wasn't a lot of character development with the mom for us to really be invested in her part of the story. And I think this is a big problem with horror movies in general, is when they only have an hour and a half to 2 hours, it's hard to get enough good story. The last 5 minutes of it was quite a shift. Like the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes of the movie were very full of action, and the middle was very drawn out. So, like, it was filmed beautifully. The cinematography was well done. The story itself, kind of, yeah, it's set up for, I know they have like the Bone Temple was being made concurrently, and there's about to be another 28 days, weeks, years later sequel in the works. That's just my opinion though. And yeah, Lillian whenever I talked to her after like her friends left, she's like, I didn't realize there was gonna be zombie nudity. And it's like, well, I mean, it's 28 years later. They're not waking up every morning with the rage virus and like getting dressed.
These are the type of zombies, like the ones where
So
if there were a zombie outbreak of this type, that I'm dead within the hour of it being reported, because like
and they're not
I can't
technically
outrun.
zombies. They're alive. They're infected people with the rage virus, and they can still be killed just like any human. They keep coming, and they're fast. Yeah. Some of them were not fast in this movie, though. Some of them had evolved to be like slow and crawling on the ground.
The lumbering kind.
Scavenging. No, scavenging for like worms and stuff.
Oh, like they still need regular sustenance?
Yeah, like they can eat regular food and animals and stuff. Like they're still people. They can still eat things.
Oh. Okay, so where was I? So Corey said, I think bigger Java fern is like 3 factors. America thinks bigger is better. Our farms only use real sunlight and not supplement, and we like cheap plants instead of expensive morphs. Says the guy who sold Pink Flamingo, but I get it. Yeah.
That good TDS in the water is a magic number. Is the magic TDS number?
It's whatever
0?
you want it to be. That wouldn't be good. I mean, it's a good starting point. It means your RO is working. So let's play some games. How about that?
Okay, let me put this up for you so that you can have
60-gallon breeder, Indian mud skipper tank, brackish, great for nearite breeding. Awesome. Yep, I think I'd do that too.
Okay, and then we're all more or less caught up enough. Okay. Oh, you said let's play games, and I was ready to push a button, but it's not time to push a button yet. Welcome in, Nathan, and nobody else say hello because we're about to do logos. Is that what we're doing?
Stan was asking, is Myrtle's channel still up? It should be.
It should still be up. Unfortunately, it does not look like you can buy any of his merch at this time. It's all listed as out of stock. One of the things that I was going to do was donate some merch to Fishmas in July. And I went to check and see what was available, and it's all listed as out of stock.
So Mandarin Gobi says, I think Java Fern is still a beginner plant. I went to Dan from Everyday Fish Keeping. His Java Fern looked great. Not dying. My Java Fern is getting some holes, not as bad as others. And yeah, it's very water chemistry dependent for sure. The limiting factor for Java Fern is CO2. Most people who have Java Fern deteriorating are either running too high of light on it, which is most common, I think, and the other one is just their water's too hard for it. Unfortunately, it's kind of an annoying plant. Like, I have some looking pretty good in low tech, but it's not great. Can we make TDS a thing that is never used with water? Like, I like my ranch to run between 125 and 165 TDS. I'm going to put my TDS meter in salad dressings this weekend. See how conductive they are. All right. Well, we're going to start with, how about logos? These are asking AI to make logos of people in the community. They're actually pretty easy. You say cat no.
Yeah, she's just like reaching under the table and gently clawing my hand. She's reaching for me to pet her, but her claws are always out. She doesn't retract them anymore.
Yeah. All right. Start with this logo. This one should be easy enough. Who's that? I will smack Java Fern.
Oh, I thought are you going to do 3 logos?
I am, because
Okay.
I forgot and I opened this one. So it's going to be 3.
Okay. Okay, well, I mean, we got it. So we have Rachel.
Okay.
Zen. Jonathan G. Aquatic Moose. And Oinky. And Mike
Moose,
did
you were
get
so
his
behind.
logo. He just wasn't in the top 5. Are you okay?
I mean, that's a complicated question, but
so abbreviations are in. If the abbreviation is recognizable and like, I don't know, like Oinkmaster Supreme Forever, aka Oinky. If you said Oinky, that would be fine.
Right.
If you're like, oh, because her name is one word, no, that abbreviation is not fine.
Moose, I said you are behind. You have missed too many streams and you have probably no hope of winning. And I just wanted you to know that. TDS too high, I made him call. Yeah.
What's the TDS of your scotch?
There's only one way to find out, with a $9 TDS meter. It tells me everything I need to know about my water. So a Steven and Jenna morning show, so I don't have to watch Distracted Kelly. Ripta,
You would have
to
wake up in the morning.
What is this morning show? Do you mean like right before I go to sleep at 4 type of show?
So
yeah,
Big Cat.
Good job, Big Cat.
Zen. Linda Worth. I will give Aquatic Moose because that makes sense. Mountain. And Benjamin Peters. Mike was zoned out and his name was just popping up.
Let me know in Discord if you would like a copy of your own AI
Mountain
generated
Greenery
logos.
says, love this logo. It's such a happy mountain.
Uh-huh. All right. And bonus. Happy little tree. Look at this large animal.
Yeah, I mean, people are getting it. So we have Boots.
Did Big Cat get Big Cat?
Yeah.
All right.
We have Big Cat. And then we have Dee Dee. And then Benjamin Peters.
Cool.
And Aquatic Moose.
He is hell-bent on catching up.
He said, thank you for pairing us up like that. Well, that's why, like, I thought we were just going to pair them up, but I had also said, like, I bet Fish Tank Barn could be a logo it could generate.
Yeah, I just
and you generated 3.
It's not like it's a lot of work. Like, I'm not drawing these. I'm just saying, hey, AI, future overlord, draw me
Here's
things.
Somebody's new channel name, Kind of a Small Elephant. Somebody take that channel.
Yeah, or maybe it's a huge freaking deer and rabbit. You never know. Okay, so since we did AI logos, these are pixelated fish. Now we picked the fish, and then I pixelated this first one and realized, oh, this is still instantly recognizable. And so you only get 1 point for recognizing this.
And watch people be like, we don't know.
No.
Why does the cat have other animals? Because he didn't think you would know that it was big.
Otherwise, it's just a cat in a forest on a mountain. You'll know. Some Minecraft fish, but it still looks exactly like you would expect.
So we got Boots Cats.
Okay, are we okay? Now, see, you opened up this Pandora's box of allowing abbreviations, and now we've got J with the R and T. Like, I've never. If someone put, oh,
no, Jay, that R and T is not acceptable. That's too. I don't know.
Is Barbara leaving?
He said I had to try.
She said goodbye. Well, if you must go. All right, so who was first then?
Boots Cats.
Okay. Next.
And then Zen. And then Moose. And then Big Steve. And Jonathan G. And Nano Aquarium guy would have been 6th with RNT, so he wouldn't have even gotten it. He wasn't quite fast enough.
That's not a bad idea to give bonus point to someone who uses the full correctly spelled scientific name. It's kind of a gamble though. Like, spell it right the first time, depending on how much time we give. I don't know. I mean, something to think about, to work out. Jenna saw me in the lead just because it went. Oh, she didn't. Mandarin Gobi, did you not put it in time? Refresh your chat and see what order you appeared in, because sometimes it comes through when you think you're in time, but you refresh it and other people, it didn't show up to us for an extra few seconds. So,
because I see him after. I see him maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th.
13th.
We only take the top 5.
Yeah. All right.
Now this one is 2 points, right?
Yep. So
not that. That's the fish. That's just the fish.
Yeah. Good luck with this. That one was too easy, so I just tried to make one impossible, I guess. If somebody gets this, I'm gonna rethink everything. Yes, you should, Rachel.
Mandarin Gobi, I'll go back after the stream and double check on that.
Cool.
Just in case.
Adult Panda Loach, Sun Danio, White Cloud, Super Chromis, Gochu, Bala Shark, Silver Tetra, Black Neon Tetra, Lemon Tetra.
It's a fish.
It's a fish. It is a fish. Yeah. I guess I'm going to have to rethink everything, huh?
Yeah. Are we just giving it to 2?
Yeah, we should give it to 2.
Okay. So it is Rachel.
And
Moose.
But how? Like, I don't understand. I'm always happy I'm on the other end of this and that I don't have to do this.
I feel I'm getting an eye exam. Well, right? No, if your eyes were good, this probably looks like nothing. If your eyes are blurry and that's how you look at your fish, you're like, oh, of course, it's a bala shark. All of my fish look like 10 pixels.
There you go. What the shark indeed. Damn. All right. Well, now for some drawn fish. And yeah, Zen drew 4 out of 5 of the fish tonight. Also, welcome in Seville Steve and Gina, and hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. Let me check.
If your poor eyesight looks like pixels, you got problems.
Who else came in
Okay.
here?
You ready for me to push
Asia Llewellyn and Mark Sterlson also here.
And Gina?
Yeah, I said hi, Gina.
Okay.
But you can too.
Okay. Are you ready for me to push a button?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No judgments, peoples. She did her best. No judgment at all. I would love for people to like draw the fish.
No, she means like don't judge her drawings.
Yeah, no, I know. I think that should be a rule with anyone else who volunteers to draw fish. JP Jeffries, howdy. I mean, I drew one of them.
Yeah.
And there's also a theme to guess.
Who drew the awful orange cone?
VLC. Maybe.
You can only judge if you've submitted a drawing. That's a good metric.
There you go. Also, the AI did a poor job of animating these tonight.
I haven't even seen them.
Well, spoiler alert, they move, but they don't swim away as per the prompt dictates. I don't know.
So we have Jessie, just one more fish.
Quick.
Yeah, because she did actually a very good job on all of her drawings. I don't know what she's talking about.
But also, that's not pressure on other people to do as good. It's fine.
We got Fish Tank Barn.
Just if it's shitty, we'll put yours in the back whenever we make the merch, right? Big Steve.
Devi.
It's a Canadian group, Sean.
Jonathan G.
All right. Hemp theme. And now it moves, but look.
Oh, it does kind of move like a fish. That's fine.
Yeah, kind of. Just it didn't swim off out of frame. Supposed to. Fish that aren't fish. Good guess. False cognates. Danger noodle theme. Be another good guess, but not.
But whenever you see what this is, you would be like, well, it's not danger noodle theme. Okay.
Nobody has said the secret word tonight either. Imagine that.
No. Okay. So we have aquatic moose.
Oh, that was quick. Let me just scroll on. Okay. Moose.
We got Big Steve.
Yep.
We have Fish Tank Barn.
Okay.
We have Nancy B in Tennessee.
Got it.
And we have Aquarium Co-op.
All right. Corey moving into double digits. 10 points.
I'm just checking, making sure nobody got the theme yet. Okay.
See, it
just
flaps.
wiggles.
Yeah, and the next one. Because, still charges me the same amount of credits to do it.
Welcome in, Shirley. She said, "Rawr, I'm a dinosaur. Stephen will vouch for me."
I agree. Can confirm.
No bonus points, Moose. Just the guess is the same guess that AI guessed.
Told you. Told you. Y'all ever seen a CPD look this freaking red? Or maybe you'll have. I don't know. I bet this theme is kind of difficult. Are there any of the fish where the name of it is actually a good giveaway for it?
I mean, by the last one for sure. I have only seen one person get it. Some people are very close, but they're not considering the color.
Nope,
of the
just
fish.
one person.
Yeah, I only see one.
Okay.
So are we just given one?
Yep, and that's it.
Just Big Steve. This is a firing Danio.
Branton, right in time. Suspiciously right in time.
Okay.
Okay.
His answer was in there before I saw it pop up on the screen.
Yeah, I saw.
And right. Boots Cat's got the theme just now.
Yep, circus theme it is. Good job, Rachel.
So like an elephant, some rope, a ring.
Too many Danios on my cheat sheet. How did Danio expert Dr. Ted not get this? It's because he's secretly into red board.
Yeah. Nancy said she said circus theme. Oh, she did.
Did she?
Okay.
Oh.
Well, don't take away points. Just give Nancy a point.
Don't take away points. All right, let me pause this. Okay, now, so how specific?
I hope y'all see that like this isn't just a regular clownfish.
Okay, so clownfish is not going to fly.
Yeah, like if it was just orange.
I actually don't know the actual name of this.
So, but I'm going to accept this because this is good enough. So we have Big Steve.
Okay.
Like it's not that like far out of reach.
But it's a saltwater fish, so like.
Okay, Gina, that would be very embarrassing.
Say who cares, but Gina cares. Good job, Gina.
Aquatic moose. Big cat. Jonathan G.
Big cat.
That fish looks smug. I don't like it. Well, it's a clownfish. Aren't they jerks? That's just how they look.
Again, saltfish. Don't know. But watch it move a little bit.
Why did it like expand?
Because
like it opened a curtain or something.
Because Zen drew these in 4:3 ratio. And not that I'm going to criticize her for doing that, but if she could draw these in 16:9, that would be great. Also, I could have just put a white background behind them. It would have been fine. But people trying to guess already. Mandarin says, Mandarin, are you switching from top chat to live chat or refreshing your chat and counting the number of people who got the answer before you? Because if 5 or more people got it before you, then you don't get the point. But you have to refresh your chat in order to see exactly what order you were in. because it'll look like you were first or like within the 5 until you refresh your chat, and then it shows actually when it came through on the YouTube side.
Now,
yeah, so what are we accepting here?
I need y'all to look at the color of this fish, because, like, think about, is this a natural color? I see some people have gotten it. So we have Gina.
Hey, Mike B, bottom of the chat. Okay, Gina.
Big Cat. Alishon. Corey. And Johnny.
Welcome, Johnny.
Yeah, see, I see Mandarin Gobi, but he is like 10 down.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta refresh. It looks like you're in the top 5, and then YouTube tells you. There we go. Hey, it turned.
Now I wanted to look at people.
Yep.
Okay. I hope that was -5 points for a glowfish. But Corey, like, you got points for that. You want us to take away 5 of your points?
Yeah, that's how many points does Corey have? 11 points right now.
But he wants 6. Yeah, it's not glowfish's fault. They're glowfish. The last fish turned and judged us.
Who else we had come in here? Craig, welcome. Okay. What we got today?
We got a betta. This one is called Opal. I'm not sure why.
Because they put it on the tag, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we're all ready to the giveaway, and no secret word. I thought it would be an easy one.
Yeah. So what do you want the hashtag to be? Well, that's not helpful.
Hashtag, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that will work well. Welcome in, Noel.
Hashtag TDS it is. Hi, Noel.
Hashtag TDS.
Yeah. Saw it come through in chat.
Make the hashtag the secret word, but no one said it.
No moose. Context. Didn't work anyway.
So hashtag TDS for this Opal betta. TDS is a lot better than an STD. I mean, I guess that's how they could market TDS pins.
Oh, wrong thing.
You went into the abyss.
Yeah, I know. OBS. Doing OBS things. So
Are we streaming on the 4th of July?
Are we?
Which is next Friday. That's up to you.
I think
I don't
tentatively, yes. Like, there's no reason that we wouldn't, unless I know my brother's coming into town, possibly on the 4th, and maybe they're doing something Friday
or maybe night. Tomorrow.
Yeah,
who knows? Yeah, who knows? It's either tomorrow or it's next weekend. But it's your brother from Florida.
Yeah, in general, yes, we're going to be streaming on Fridays 8:30 Central, and with reserving the right to cancel for any reason at any point, anytime.
It's kind of funny. The 4th of July is the only day of the year Americans use date, month, year format.
Wait, it is? Oh, yeah, because we say 4th of July.
4th of July.
Yeah, I don't know why we do that. No. It's well known that TDS is a conspiracy device created by the Masons. I assume that a TDS meter was made. Like, I don't think they were made for aquariums. I think they were made by water filter companies, because my screen turns red when the TDS goes over 100. And like, how many people in the United States have tap water with a TDS under 100? I think that's a rare thing. I know Pacific Northwest does.
And your parents do.
And yeah, my parents had that soft well water that's basically, I think that's like 7 TDS, like nothing in it. Yes, Cinco de Mayo is another one.
Yeah. I bet there are others that we're just not thinking of.
The 5th of November.
Mike says mine is about 102. That's not bad.
Yeah. Well, it is not bad at all, except the TDS meter will like turn yellow or red, acting like, oh, your water quality is terrible. And go buy the filter that the company is trying to sell you. I don't know.
Cat House says TDS is 50-ish there.
Nice. 330 for Zen. I mean, Zen's got all the things.
Stan's is not great. His TDS is over 800.
Congratulations. TDS meters are a cookbook. 400 to 600. TDS is actually made for dirted tank people. Yeah. Plants love dirted solids.
But yeah, Mike, Fish Tank Barn Mike. Now there's multiple mics in here. If you're
Who would have thought? Statistically,
I know.
How could that ever happen?
If you're running an RO/DI water filtration system, you can use TDS meters to tell you when to change the RO membrane.
Yeah,
that's a good reason to use it.
Yeah, and also if you are remineralizing that RO water and you just want to make sure that you remember to put it in there and don't double dose it, or and you know what it brings the TDS to. It's just kind of a stick to tell you that there is nothing in there, or there is the amount that you typically add. And other than that, it's, doesn't tell you anything.
Isaiah says my city water in Little Rock is TDS of 74. And then you said, take me off the wheel since I live in Singapore. Shipping is expensive. We can't take you off the wheel because we can't.
And we are willing to ship to Singapore. And I like the declared value on these. I usually put pretty low if I'm doing international shipping. So don't worry about that. We will ship anywhere that can be shipped to. So I think like North Korea is off the table, and
why?
A few other places. Maybe Iran right now. I don't know. In general, we could ship most of the world. 46 entries. Yeah.
Plus, it gives Steven like a little bit of excitement. Like, is he going to have to spend more than like $5 to ship this out? Who knows? It'll like never, ever be like Brooklyn, because we could just bring it to her.
Yeah.
Because that would be free.
What about Antarctica?
Well,
I mean, I guess like there's usually a few people there. No, you have to. It'd be an ordeal. We'd figure it out. I mean, if you're here entering the giveaway from Antarctica,
from Mike, I'm not there, but just asking.
Oh, okay. Good to know. I don't even know the price of shipping like fast food.
Well, now, no, he does shipping.
No. Yeah,
I bring the stuff, but he prints it on Shippo.
Yeah, because I'm not going to go pay the post office prices for this. You go Shippo and pay much, much less.
And yeah, I'm sure he says it's going to cost more than $5. But I mean, we've shipped a plushie to New Zealand before, and that was like almost $50.
It was because it was during COVID when the post office suspended service there, and so instead of it being $20, like if I were to ship a plushie to Craig, it's like $20, and I think the same if I were to ship it to anywhere in Europe, it's around $20.
But also, like, we bought all of these plushies a long time ago,
So they're
And
free.
so it's basically the shipping is the only cost we're
Yeah.
incurring right now.
Yep, that's how that math works.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely put
Don't
a low
listen to
value
Matt.
on it.
He doesn't understand shipping math.
6-foot teddy bear is just so it's more like a weapon.
Oh, like Foxy's teddy bear?
Yes.
Oh, Corey, has he seen the video? Do you have it available? Of Foxy's
Probably not,
bear?
and no.
Okay.
Nope. You have to go to Foxy's Fishes channel on her live stream on Thursday nights at 6 p.m. Central or 9 a.m. Central on Fridays, and send a membership milestone chat, and then you'll see it. There you go.
How to enter #TDS beta aquatics, and it is for this opal beta plush.
Yeah, it's like a big ass teddy bear, and that sits behind her during the stream, and I'm like just watching it, like the thing is gonna come to life, and like come up behind her and snap her neck or something. Just, you know.
God.
And so I was like, I bet I can get AI to do something a little less violent.
Then what might really happen if this bear becomes possessed?
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Don't think it's gonna happen. Much like Brandon winning on this wheel. I don't think it's gonna happen. Don't need to win the prizes, need to win ways to torment others.
But like Dorkula wouldn't like a little beta plush?
Bet she would.
Or the dogs to chew it up?
Now, if it was homemade cookies, okay.
Well, I only make cookies at Christmas time.
Yes, Corey should do the Wheel of You Lose on his stream so that the entire stream is just Wheel of You Lose.
Well, I believe that I saw that he's not doing any summer streams because he has stuff to do.
Speaking of which, while we're waiting for more people to populate this here list, where did I put the chat window? Here it is.
I don't know.
Nope,
anywhere.
That's not it. Where did I
in
put
the most inconvenient place.
I wanted to see what the
tear that beta up in 0.7 seconds. Our dogs are
friendly at all.
Pretty good about like if I left this out, they would be fine with it. But if I tossed it to them like a toy,
yeah, you have to present it to a toy.
Yeah,
like, take it around and then catch it.
They like our kids have stuffed animals and like pillows and stuff, and they don't bother that. But you give them any toy except for this memory foam bone that came with their bed. They don't like that one. They don't like it. But every other,
why would they provide a toy that's made of memory foam?
For your dog to play with, I guess. I've also seen like people on the internet saying like, give your dog a Squishmallow and they won't tear it up. But I wouldn't buy a Squishmallow to give to our dogs. But yeah, they turn every toy into like a rag or a shiv. That's what they do.
Yep.
Will, if you lose and you have to be here to confirm you lost.
Yeah, of course. So I was going to look at the poll, but Big Steve has gifted 5 memberships. Speaking of which, member plant form. Maybe I'll do that tonight. We have all the stuff we need for it now. So you can pick, if you're international, you can pick a magnet. If you're US based, you can pick plants and a magnet.
Yeah.
So thank you, Big Steve. They went to the Koi Pit, Mickey's Aquariums, Passing Wind, My Fish Tanks Aquatics, and Jose Davila.
And if you're international, you can come visit the United States and get plants, and good luck getting them home. But we would give them to you if you're here. You can come visit us.
Yeah. Winky says, I'm happy to report that Shelby and Grant's daughter, Layla, understands, encourages, and fully endorses the Green Pleco Company Plushies addiction. Yep. She had quite a collection going for her, too. Anyway, the poll, overwhelmingly, 70% are paying same as usual attention to indoor
Mhm.
tanks. 12% more than usual, which I wonder what drives people to do more to them in the summer. Is just because it's really horribly hot outside. And then 18% less than usual. Interesting.
Come sometime, get plants and admire them while visiting, then throw them in the organic matter destruction bins when I get back home.
You can do that. I
What?
just don't like throwing them away myself.
What state do we live in? We live in Louisiana.
Yep. And it's hot.
Yeah, Nancy says it's hot. It's hot here too. It
Very
wasn't
hot.
so bad today. Like, we walked. I had my meeting at work today, and then my boss and I walked a few blocks to lunch and then walked back after. So,
All right. Before we spin, Mandarin and Gobi asking, are red root floaters beginner plants or not? They are hard to keep alive. They require a decent amount of light, and they cannot get wet on the top of their leaves. They need to be
they
still.
can't.
Yeah, just keep the tops dry. Like other floaters can be a little more what's it called, hydrophobic, but red root floaters do not enjoy that at all, and they're very fickle. Like I've had where the red root floaters were growing so densely that the surface agitation was kind of being baffled by it, and nothing was moving on the top of the water, and they were growing so densely. And then I thinned out about half of them, and because I thinned out half of them, I lost the other half because they started moving around and getting wet. So just
can you refresh? I think Night Owl entered, and I don't know if
hey Drew
he's on there.
Yeah, okay. And he is.
Our reddest red root floaters were the ones that
Outside.
you had put outside.
Definitely.
And they were like almost purple.
Yeah,
And then
and even still, when I unclog the pump in the small pond, and the flow increases just a little bit, and then suddenly I lose half of those too.
And we've also had, so in the bowl before it was a boost bowl, you had red root floaters in there, and they flowered in that tank.
Yeah, they flower outside too. Like they'll flower when they're happy. I also, it's been a little while since I've kept them. I think that the roots are redder when there's water column limitation, nitrate limitation in the water column. I think. Don't know for sure. Light plays a big role in their leaf color, though. All right, spinny spin time.
Okay.
Please tell me you can hear this, and it's not.
I can hear it. I'm not echoing.
Vibes Aquatics is probably not.
But yeah, we just can't.
Yeah.
We found out why.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Vibes. Crown Tail Half Moon.
Did you give Vibes his pity points?
Of course not.
Pity point.
Now I did. Got it. All right. Good night, Vibes. Nano Aquarium guy. Shark Ventures. Pepling Creek Aquatics. Me too, Dee. I had to, the purple lily that Nancy sent me got decimated by some freaking caterpillar. And so I did what Kelly said. I ordered a bunch of some BT. I just doused the crap out of both pond leaves with it, and did the same thing today. And then I think in a week I'm gonna do it again. But yeah, like whatever caterpillar decided to start munching on leaves made very quick work of the lily leaves, and they've started in the big pond, and they are alarmingly fast at eating those leaves. So yeah, I've got no shade in the small pond because I had to get rid of all the leaves. And that's why nature sucks.
Oh, I noticed. So there was a video that was close to us on our news, and it was of like some people working on a light at the interstate, like in the bucket, working on a traffic light. Oh, yeah. And an 18-wheeler turned in like too wide of a turn and ran into the guy in the bucket, and he was okay. But I noticed Renee DeQueer was like the first comment on WAFB. So I guess he looks at our news stuff too.
Yeah, I think it might have made national news. It's pretty.
It might have, but it was in Denham Springs. It's like right near like Bass Pro.
There went Benjamin. The Zen Ginger. Fish tank barn.
Yeah, he was hanging upside down. By the way, the news article said that he had no critical injuries and did not have to go to the hospital.
Probably shit his pants, though. Jonathan G. Coro. Mandarin Gobi. Noel Brucker. It's a natural thing, Branton. Nothing's wrong with it. Except you're about to be off the wheel. Dee Dee. Nathan. Johnny.
Shirley said, if I win, give it to June, not Annette. She always beats me at bingo.
All right, Shirley. Good night.
Welcome in, Mousy.
Hi, Mousy. Tracy off the wheel. Beta Aquatics. Dennis Christensen. Shirley, you didn't win. There he goes. Yeah, you were slightly pink there, so. There goes Corey, also pink on the wheel. Stan. Toonie Loon. Garage Gills. Cecil Mayberry. Christopher Junkin. Kara C. Anna Banana. Bare bottom bowel movement, Branton. That's yes, too much. Alishon. Seville Steve. Fish Frenzy Addiction. Brenton once pooped on his younger brother's floor. Okay. Oinky.
Then Brandon, was that last week or the week before?
Yeah, like when he was a kid, wasn't it just like also his floor? Like everybody lived there. Fuzzy KR. Mark. Drew.
Because when he was 10, he thought it was going to be funny. His parents were not impressed.
Geek Boy.
Sometimes you gotta know your audience.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to take a risk. Cheryl. Linda. Big Steve. Watch where you step if Brenton comes to the clash. Mountain Greenery. Although now, if you know that Brandon's going to be in the same place as you, you could shit on the floor and blame it on Brenton. And most of us would believe you.
Because who else would do such a thing?
There's opportunities abound. Big Cat. There is a lot of pink left. Cat House. It's getting rid of all the non-pinks. Craig. Foxy. Rachel.
It heard you, and now it's getting rid of the pinks.
Yeah. Mary Oliver. Final four, Asia, JP Jeffries, Renee, and Mike B.
Gina said, I'm going to get a plastic fake poop and leave it randomly around the clash with a post-it attached. Branton was here.
With a little flag in it.
Make that a game. Have people take pictures if they find it.
Oh, sorry, Asia. Sorry, Mike. All right. Sorry, JP Jeffries. Congrats, Renee. I think we know where you live, unless you moved. So, plushie coming your way.
He lives in Houston, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So as long as he has not moved, we should have his address. Also, I wanted to thank Christopher Junkin and Scuba Steve for filling out the volunteer form already. Don't forget, if you're going to the Clash and you are willing to volunteer, please fill out the form. If you don't know exactly where you want to help and you're kind of open to anything, send me an email, info@keystoneclash.com, and let me know. So
sounds good. And thanks, Mark, for being a member for 39 months. So reminder, know what your plants on Monday. Kelly's on vacation, and I think we're just going to take that Monday off, and we'll return the following Monday. And probably we'll be streaming next Friday, 4th of July, as usual. But you know, that's the plan. We'll see what happens. So,
oh yeah, here's a good thing. Dr. Ted is running an online seminar with Sue Harkey about how to be a judge for a fish show. So, and if it's online, then like if you go to other fish events, you might want to do that. And your brother will be the special guest next weekend. I mean, Jeremy can talk. He would certainly talk, but he knows nothing about fish.
Yeah, it would not be about fish or
be
really
about
in general
music.
about anything that anyone really wants to hear.
Ask him about saxophone.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be a good seminar to learn how to judge. So Mandarin Gobi, July 7th will be our next Wet Your Plant stream. Alrighty. Thanks everybody. Thanks for coming, and we'll see y'all in the chats and such. Good night.
Good night.